So you want your recorded drums from sounding like this to sounding like this. Stick around, I'll show you how to do it in a totally free way.
Red Pack Drums.
So you want to record your own drums in your bedroom, in your basement, or in the practice room of your band, but the room sounds like crap. You have a great kit, you can tune it, you can hit it, but you don't have a great sounding room. So in this video I will show you a free way, totally free, to add room tracks to your existing recorded acoustic drums. So here I have a Cubase session with a live recorded drum kit, but it was recorded in a small room, so I like my drum sounding bigger than this. So how can we go about doing this? So the idea is you create MIDI files from your existing microphones, so your live recorded drums, and I'll show you in a bit how to do that in Cubase, but your DAW of choice could be different, but most DAWs can do this. So then you create from all the shells MIDI files, MIDI hits, tweak them so it sounds correct and how you drummed it, and then throw in your sample library of choice. Could be whatever sample library you want, or you can use like Trigger 2 to trigger it with the MIDI files with room tracks on it, right? In a previous video where I talk about Trigger 2, I'll also talk about editing your drums in a specific way that all the hits are correct and loud as you want them to. So if you didn't see that video, I'll link it somewhere. So, but the RCs Essentials, of course, I'm pushing it, because that's our drum library and I like using it. It has a really extensive mixer with extensive choices in microphones. So we have room tracks, character tracks, squash and beef that you could add to your existing acoustic recorded drums, right? And you can pick up a demo of the RCs Essentials called the Mahogany, totally free on our website. In this video I'm using the RCs Essentials, but pick up the Mahogany in the link down below, totally free, and there are the same microphones to use as room tracks for your own productions. Yeah, the RCs Essentials just has more drums, more choices in drums and tunings and snare drums, so you have more different sounds, right? But the mixer and the room tracks are in there as well. So, but with the RCs Essentials, you can pick out the snare drum which matches your snare drum sound the most. You can choose different tunings, so that has its advantages, right? Okay, so how to go about creating MIDI files. Double click the close mics. You set the threshold of the edit of the hit points and put it in a way it triggers all the hits of the, in this case, the kick drum. But it doesn't pick up snare hits like this. But it could be it will create hits from the snare drum, but you have to go in and edit the MIDI file a bit. So you put in the thresholds. You can fine tweak it with the intensity meter on the hit points. Click MIDI notes. Then you get another window, convert hit points to MIDI notes, and you have some options here. Put the velocity mode in fixed velocity or dynamic velocity. Depends a bit on the genre. If you're doing metal, you can use fixed velocity and put it to a velocity you want and change it later. But for the kick drum, I'm putting it on fixed velocity and on full power 127. And yeah, most libraries have the kick drum on C1 or on C0. In the RCs Essentials, it's C1. Then you can determine the length, but for drum hits, it's not really important. And then you can specify the destination. First selected track, existing MIDI files, a new MIDI track, or to project clipboard, so you can paste it wherever you want. So we'll choose new MIDI track, then it will create a new MIDI file with all the trigger points that you set here. Ta-da! Simsalabim! All the triggers, all the hit points in full velocity, right? Great. That's the kick drum. Then you go to snare top or snare bottom, pick the microphone with the least spill from other instruments, right? So that's why I picked the kick-in microphone to create the MIDI notes, because this one has less spill of toms and snare. In the recording, also snare top, snare bottom, doesn't really matter for the timing because it's all exactly the same, right? So listen to the microphone with the least spill and use that one to create the MIDI notes. Okay, for now I'm picking the snare bottom. As you can see, it doesn't have a lot of spill. So same shit. I'm doing it a bit fast for the purpose of this video, right? So create MIDI notes. For the snare, I'm picking dynamic velocity because I want more life in the snare hits. And I'm picking D1. That's center hit in the RCs Essentials. So, okay, I did the same for the snare. Kick and snare, do the toms. You can do cymbals, but the transient detection is a lot more difficult for Cubase to get right. So if you have great overheads, cymbals, add a little bit reverb to them if you want them to sound like they're in a big room. So typically you don't really want a lot of cymbals in your room tracks. So now we have two files. I'm just gonna combine them, glue here, put them in the RCs Essentials and create a loop. And then go into your drum library and tweak it how you want it. And the power of the RCs Essentials, also the free version, you have all kind of effects. You can add more reverb. You can EQ the microphones. So that gives a lot of freedom to do what you need in collaboration with your acoustic drum, right? Yeah, pick a different snare drum, okay, higher tuned or steel one, or whatever. So and that's it. You probably need to fine tune the MIDI file bits to your performance. Add the toms, add whatever you want, add which microphone you want. You're coming from this to this. It's a bit much, but you get the idea, right? Hope that helped. Pick up a free copy of the demo, try it out yourself. See you next time. Arrivederci.